What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. And no, this isn't the Warhammer from Amazon, because unfortunately, the last we heard of that, it looks like Henry Cavill. It's out. Looks like he left because, of course, we had the whole Games Workshop making female custodies, while then not actually making the miniatures because it wasn't about the miniatures. It was about the lore and changing it in anticipation of the show, which may not be happening. But at least out of that, we do still have Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines 2, which we've learned has been done and content locked for over a year. So well before any of these lore changes were made. Hopefully it stays untouched, because this again was the Warhammer project that I personally was like, this is going to be my gateway into Warhammer, because I'm not a fan of isometric top down. I tried Dark Tide and it's first person, but third person action, like Gears of War fighting, that's what I'm all about. So this is the game that I've been looking forward to, but you got to be careful these days, especially with Games Workshop. So here's this story. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 developer cancels the public beta test in order to focus on optimization and polishing. That's not bad in and of itself, but let's dig a little deeper and see exactly what's going on here. Warhammer 40,002 Space Marine developer Saber Interactive and publisher Focus Entertainment canceled their latest public beta test, which I would have been playing, so that they can focus on optimization and polishing ahead of the game's September release. Previously, they announced that beta test back in August of 2023, which of course I was very excited for. However, in a recent update on the game's Steam forums, Saber and Focus announced the beta test would no longer be happening. Space Marine 2, this is their announcement. Space Marine 2 is almost ready. We are now entirely focused on optimization, polish, and fixing remaining issues ahead of launch on September 9. This means we will not run a public online beta, as it would take the development teams away from preparing the full launch, and our priority is to ensure the best possible experience at release. Well, to that end, while not running a beta, your servers are probably going to be overloaded, and you're going to have a lot of connection issues, and people are going to jump in and try and play with their friends, and they won't be able to. At least that has been my experience with almost every major online co-op or massively, multiplayer or whatever games as a service. Is if you don't test it, you normally end up overloading your servers. While they will not be running the beta anymore, they did promise that individuals who signed up for it will now receive a Bolt pistol skin. Oh, good. We know this is disappointing news for some of you. As a thank you to those who are interested in participating players who registered via the online sign up before June 28th, which was yesterday, so you missed it. Midnight Paris time will receive the limited Bolt pistol skin below. Their update concluded, "We appreciate your understanding and continued support as we work towards delivering the exceptional game that you deserve." And of course, all of this and the cancellation comes in the wake of the game being delayed, and I think players have been pretty open. I mean, look at a Cyberpunk, which we just did a story about, but a Cyberpunk that released too early, and then it took a year for it to get to like 1.6 levels of stability, and now it's just glorious. It plays, looks great. It's got the subway system. It's got all the different things that should have been at launch, but it took like a year and a half. So I think players will be far more forgiving now and in the future of you just be open. Basically this, saying, no, we can't, we're delaying it to make sure it's the best possible quality, and just be open and honest. Because when you release it to avoid upsetting us and then it doesn't work, you ironically upset us. Game was originally supposed to release in the winter of 2023, but delayed to the second half of 2024. As I said, the game is poised to ship in the second half this year, and to provide the time needed to properly polish the game and ensure the best possible experience, they made that decision to move it. And again, like I said, that is the right decision if you're going to. There is a lot of hype, including my own. You can see here on the wish list, it's up there. And of course, then we see Black Myth Wukong. That's definitely up there. And yeah, even with all of the stuff coming from the Games Workshop on that side, the game still is hyped. Even though here we go, despite the hype, the cancellation of this public beta test is a massive red flag and raises the question of what they do not want to show the public by canceling it. Now, that's not my interpretation. That is Park Place. I don't consider this a red flag. In fact, I consider this might. Okay, if they're lying and they could run a beta test and they're only doing it because they're afraid what we'll see, then yes, that is a red flag. But if they're doing it because they really don't have the resources for that, And while it, then that might be a green flag, and oddly enough, even if it might hurt them from lack of actually testing the online. But yeah, they detail in a blog post in May, we want Space Marines 2 to be an experience. Yeah, this is what they said. This is the only, there's going to be a season, no season pass, no DLC, and the only DLC that is there is like cosmetic only, no gameplay effects, so it's not pay to win. I don't know. I don't necessarily this is just them further talking about the fact that the cosmetics will be cosmetic. The DLC will be cosmetic only. I don't know. I don't particularly see that as a red flag that they're stopping it. Like I said, depending on the reasons, if it's what they say, then that's actually a green flag. But let me know what you think of this. What do you think about Space Marine 2? What do you think about the delay, the canceling of the public beta test? You think they're doing that because they don't want us to see what's in it? Or do you believe them about the resources and they'd rather put it on, instead of managing a public beta test, they'd rather put those resources on final optimization, crossing T's, dotting I's. Anyway, let me know what you think. Be sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.